Hello, Gospelite. Happy 30th anniversary. My name is Jhonnie Scott. Some people call me Junior. I've been here for a very long time, probably about 19 years of my life. So to start out, I started coming on the bus. So they brought the church bus by my house. I'd come along, and Thomas Kemp and a gentleman by the name of Glenn Gallus were the ones that were on the bus. And then you all know Thomas and Tony Thomas. Kind of gets confusing with the Thomas. But Tony Thomas drove the bus, Thomas Kemp rode on the bus. So after a couple of years of me coming, Thomas Kemp asked me, hey, would you like to come to church with me on Sunday night? So I told him, yeah, that was great. You know, I always wanted to come to church. My parents, even though they weren't the best example of Christ in my life, as you know, Eric's talked about, the parents should be an example of Christ and what he should be in our life. So my parents weren't necessarily the best example of that, but they always did tell me, hey, go to church. So I always looked forward to going to church. So Thomas Kemp asked me to come. He brought me on Sunday nights and then eventually got me coming on Wednesday nights. So I was coming to church 3 times a week, which that was fantastic. I loved it, looked forward to it every week. And then I kind of got connected with a guy named Steve Sisson and started coming to church with him. He'd bring me on Sunday nights sometimes, depending on who was free. And then Steve Sisson ended up moving away. So Steve Sisson connected me with someone by the name of Mark Cantrell. Throughout the years, Mark Cantrell basically, for me, became another dad. So sometimes you might hear me refer to him as my white dad. It's a lot easier because not a lot of people know his name. But if I say, hey, the white gentleman that I'm with a lot, probably Mark Cantrell. Fantastic. So these 3 families, the Sissons, the Thomases, Thomas Kemp, and the Cantrells had a huge impact in my life. They brought me to church, made sure that I knew I was loved and that Christ loved me. So throughout all the stuff that happened in my life, they were the example of Christ, and me coming to church, I learned so much. So Eric, the pastor, Brother Capacey, he's talked about the family, kind of reaching out, who's your one. Those really meant a lot to me because it reminded me of how the church reached out to me, got me coming to church, and then I was able to learn more about Christ, read the Bible, and then also how a family should look. So then I was a part of the Cantrell family. And then even though no family's perfect, they made sure I knew that Christ loved me and that I was going to have a future. Now, in life, I'm 23 years old. I'm married to Allison Scott, and we have a baby boy who is now 7 weeks old. He's almost 8 weeks, and I'm also a teacher at Lake Hamilton School. I teach 6th grade math, so I was able to get the job that I've always wanted to do, is to teach. They helped me get this far, and by the grace of God, because He allowed them in my life, I was able to get this far. So the church reached out to me, and then the Cantrells made sure they did everything that they could to help me to reach what I wanted to do and what I feel that the Lord had called me to do. I look back and I see the blessings that God's put in my life, and I look at the impact that they've had on my life, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So Gospelite, happy 30th anniversary. I'm very blessed to be a part of this. Thank you very much for having me. Have a wonderful day.